na hakuna kitu mtafanya. All right, here we go. Today is, if someone caught you, sit down. If someone caught your finger, sit down. Haya, bado tunaendelea. We continue. Today, pale nje, let's focus. Today we are here and it is. Kama umeshikwa keti chini. Yes, kama umeshikwa keti chini. Haya, let's go. Today we are here and happy because it is. If someone caught you, sit down. Haya, let's see. Tunataka kuona number last. And I am here. Today, we are happy that everyone turned out and came to celebrate with the Siasa place because it is very... Haya, nataka kuona last man standing. Last woman standing. Haya, we go. Today, we are happy that everyone is gathered here. It is... Ukishikwa keti. I want to see the last man or woman standing. Today, we are hereby happy and almost serving our dinner because it is. Tafadhali ukishikwa keti chini. Hey, these guys at the front, what's happening? Haya, focus. Susan, tuko sawa? Mkwanja umeketi ukiwa wa kwanza. He's the last one. Basi simama. Haya, today we are happy because it is. Na ukishikwa unaketi. Haraka, I want to see the last people standing. Today, ingia hapa, mkwanja ingia hapa saa. Today, we are happy that we showed up and it is a beautiful... Hey! Haya, let's have our seats. Mujipigie makofi tafadhali. Wow, I love it. I have seen how you guys are performing, and the best group, the best table, and I think they're going to serve the first ones when it comes to dinner, is these guys hapa nje. Yeah, makofi yao tafadhali, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the first 4 tables that sat down. Munajijua, wacheni kuniangalia. Yeah? Yes, but I love the mood. Are you ready to have some fun? I can't hear you. Are you ready to celebrate? Okay, let me try from outside and then I come inside. Because I see like we are going to swap tables. Walio nje watakuja nani? Haya, if you're outside and you can hear me and see me, are you ready for tonight? Hi, my guys wandani, are you ready for tonight? Watu wangu wa nje, ni kama hii show tutaipigia huku nje. Let's show them one more time, okay? Watu wangu wa nje, are you ready for tonight? My inside guys, I want to do an inside job. Nataka kuona vile sisi tutashinda. Haya, my guys for inside, are you ready? Haya, hiyo ilikuwa kutest. Haya, are you ready for tonight? Ni kama tunashinda Wacha ni confirm, unajua sasa IBC hapa ndio inaingia. Haya, watu wangu, ni kama hiyo sio enough. Hawatuwezi. Nataka tuseme SP at 10. Sawa? SP ni Siasa place. Tuko sawa? SP at 10. Let's go. Guys for inside. SP at 10. Are we ready? Are we ready? Aya, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Wapigieni makofi, jipigieni makofi. screens for the overflow. Watu wangu wa nguvu, eh. Yes, we have screens outside, so and inside also we have screens. So let's focus our eyes on the screens. And I'm so happy to be here to see very beautiful people who are doing extraordinary things for the future of this country. Bwana Irongo, I'm happy to see you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you. Naona uko fiti. Shida iliingilia kwa theme, haukuvaa theme. Lazima nikunyoroshe. Yeah, hakuvaa theme, but it's all good. Iko hapo? I love it, I love it, I love it. Bora sisi wote tuko ndani. Nerima wako, looking amazing. Good job. You know, I love your name. Your name, it's unique. Like wako, hauwezi pata kwa familia nyingi. Ni familia, ziko hivyo. Wako, it's a beautiful name. Like hata even your father anaambiwa, huyu ni msichana wako. It's beautiful. This is your daughter. It's beautiful, you know. Anaulizwa msichana wako kwani wako. You know, it's works. Some of us, nikiangalia Mr. Mkwanja pale nyuma, beautiful name ni jina ya pesa. Mkwanja, kwa wale wenye tulizaliwa miaka ya kitambo, Mkwanja means money. But now come to me, how my name is, it is not bringing a lot of encouragement. Because Kimani, think of the Kimanis you know, wako wengi, it's a name with a lot of people, but wenye pia wako, kidogo wanachoma, kidogo. Sijataja mtu. Yeah, but we are here to have some fun and I can see everyone is here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to focus our eyes on the screens as we watch Siasa Place at 10 to set the agenda for today.
Recording. 1.
The first time I heard the word Siasa was with Moi.
When he says siasa mbaya, maisha mbaya.
Siasa safi, maisha safi.
It's Swahili term for politics, but for me it means life.
Often people link Siasa capital and the politics of small p. Politics of capital P, I see it as the big politics of elections. People are running, people, politicians, etc. But politics of a small p is the determination, seeing politics as the determination of who gets what, how, where, when.
Like siasa for me is like our day-to-day life. I'm paying taxes. Just following up to see how that tax is used is political in itself.
When I hear the word siasa, I relate it to every single aspect that touches on my livelihood within my different identities and the livelihoods of other people that I engage with, work with, and other people living in this country as well.
One is being able to take part in decision-making, and two, also being able to take part in conflict resolution and resource distribution.
It either give you life or kill your life.
Everything we go through is a consequence of politics of the small or the big one. Is a consequence of the decisions we make or people make on our behalf.
That is what resonates with me when I hear the term siasa.
Young people know about politics when it comes to voting. We know we have elections every 5 years. We elect a president, the governor, and the likes. But young people don't understand how who they elect impacts their everyday life every day.
The understanding of politics started from voting and ended in voting.
Politics really, and engaging in politics, is the rent we pay for existing as citizens of this country.
We grew up personally, where politicians and the leaders, there was this common phrase of leaders of tomorrow.
And this tomorrow to to septuagenarians, octogenarians who are in leadership today, this tomorrow doesn't come for the youth.
And I think increasingly many are probably realizing that tomorrow is a mirage. It's never coming. The tomorrow is there, here and now.
Back then, I think nowadays sometimes we take things for granted. Back then, there were not that many young people who were on TV doing anything or being engaged on issues around politics. There are not many young people who are actively engaged in political engagements and activities and discussions, so that politics is not only the elective seats and the pursuit of power. Politics is about the lived reality of somebody on a day-to-day.
I know that there are a number of people who actually laughed when we said that the name was Siasa Place. Actually, the name came from Murabwa. And, they just laughed, like, is that a joke?
The word Siasa is a brilliant name for an organization. And so when there was an argument about having Siasa Place changing its name, it was like, no, fight for it. So it took longer to get registered because Nerim was fighting to get Siasa Place registered.
And I remember being told you're not going to get registered. There's no way. Back then we were registering as an NGO. There's no way the NGO board is going to be able to register you.
Internally, we seem to have agreed so fast in the name. So Siasa Place. Then when we started the registration process. So when we started the registration process, so we did all the documentation, submitted our papers then. The process is that when you submit, the intelligence will come, do their work, finish, then you should be given your time to get the certificate. Then that is when our problem started.
I think registration is usually not an easy process because there are things to jump over, there are procedures which is necessary. But this started taking a little bit longer, and every time you would get a feedback, you'll be like, okay, you can't get head or tail, why is there delay and stuff, which became a big concern. Then eventually we figured, one of the moments we figured that it was about the name.
But I believe Nerima pushed. She pushed. Even when they'd be like, do you have an alternative name? No, still Siasa Place.
And so after, months and months of waiting, and I remember, Boni once, he was in our board, he was like, I called a book boom twaf. Like, you call things what you want to call them.
The fact that Siasa Place chose the term Siasa Place in itself was so powerful, because I think it secured not just the agency, but the urgency, and secured young people within that space that was considered to be secondary for young people, where they would just interact, not within decision makings and not as being invited to the table, but along the sidelines when supporting candidates, etc.
So you don't reclaim a place by giving it a very difficult name or giving it an unknown name or a name that you have to explain. And Siasa Place is self-explanatory.
So it's later on that, somebody finally told us in the office that it's very hard for you to register because, one, you're all young. It looks like you're trying to start a revolution. It's like you're disguising yourselves as an NGO, but you're really a political party. And they were like, in the 90s, Moi, banned the word Siasa.
It got to the point where they're telling us that the organization has been registered. It's only the certificate that we're not going to be given.
And I remember we had a very heated discussion at that time in the founding team, because we had a very passionate team, but then we didn't want not to continue with the process when we're not registered.
We were inseparable since the internship. So when I went back to Canada, she decided to come back to Kenya.
I met Nerima when she had come back from the US. Young, she had an accent those days. I don't know if she still had the accent. Because when I met with her, an accent. So she was here, just come back from my alma mater, you know.
And while she was in Kenya, still working for the organization called Search for Common Ground. She's still working for Search for Common Ground. We started working on different projects with different organizations before Siasa plays.
So like I'm trying to start an organization and I'd like to do that deals with youth. So I was like, okay, well, I'm a graphic designer and I'd love to help in any way. So she's like, we'll visit that.
And then one day she came up with this idea. I think she had it going on in her brain for a while. So when she was ready, she was like, yeah, this is what I'd like to do. And this is what it's going to be called. And I was like, absolutely, let's go. And that's how it began.
A couple of friends were engaged in planning for the Pan-African Congress that year. I think it was their 25th anniversary in 2015. And I got involved in just planning for that conference. I remember very well at that forum, and the gentleman called Ramos, we had a conversation, but then to the conversation that we had there.
So we met the first time at a professional center near Parliament. There was a meeting there before preparing to go to Ghana. Now Nerima was recording. She had a video recorder, the small one with the camera. She was recording, and at the back of my mind, as I said earlier, one of the challenges of the issue about how can young people articulate the issues around politics and how they think it affects them.
In the beginning, we had no clue what we were talking about. We felt that there just wasn't enough young people together talking about the country or being concerned about the country. Like, we wanted a community. So in the beginning, it was solely about building this community.
Generally, there are a lot of initiatives that were being done, but you realize that the youth problem kept on increasing.
She had a lot of ideas, and with a famous last name.
Growing up in a family that has a political name, it hits different. I would say there's the automatic assumption that you're interested in politics. There's the sense that because of your name, you should understand.
About 8 or so people who are working in various segments of Siasa Place, who are either hustling or just doing things to get by, or they were in other organizations that were paying them.
We hosted Siasa Place. I used to be the director for Part 234. And Siasa Place first office was in our office. When they were like a desk NGO, they just used to have a desk, Nerima, and one or two of the people who used to work for her. And she used to do unpaid work.
Whenever you're doing something, try and learn from those who have done similar things or have done something in that space.
Online, it had the aspect of it's not costly. First of all, it's something that you can do within yourselves because you're already there, but also the reach will be quite wide because young people had sort of started engaging online by then.
We are here, we don't have much physical presence, but where we can take advantage is online, because online is where everyone comes to meet.
And we had what we used to call it, I think, Siasa Wednesday.
How the idea of Siasa Wednesdays is that we thought about how do we, remember that time Twitter had just come in, and Twitter is one, or at that time now X, was a platform where you can follow a conversation. It's not like Facebook, you do one post and, that's it. But then Twitter was a few years, and, us being young people at that time were like, okay, how do we create this? And of course, the most profound thing about Twitter was like, you can actually follow a hashtag.
I was also learning this space at that time, and someone who helped me maybe understand it a little better was Shifa Okore. She had many followers in that space. And here I just have my Twitter account with my 2 followers. And here I am, together I think with, was it Mbuki? Mbuki was the head of comms at that time. And now me, I was the designer. So here we've been tasked with the job of one, keeping our account active, making sure that we are doing some sort of activity.
But when you used to do those things, they would be like, it used to be chats. And those chats, someone asks a question, you reply. It wasn't like a Twitter space where everyone has a microphone, you can request the microphone and have a conversation with each other. It was more of educating people one tweet at a time. And that's very difficult.
I can't say there's one person that was behind it. I think the whole team sort of brainstormed on how we can be able to participate.
Was it hard? Yes, it was hard. Because you'd actually have chat days where you end up
talking to ourselves at first. So we're talking about, just simple conversations, politics.
What is the most intriguing is that actually from the Siasa Wednesdays, we were able to identify issues that even other civil societies were like, okay, how can we participate in this conversation so that we get the real issues that are coming out from these conversations?
So for us, it was, active citizens, social media, those 2. And so there was a need for Siasa Place. And we recognized that as soon as we started, just because of the number of invitations that we got. Because even people like Shiko Kihika, I met her online. Eventually, her, she now leads Tribeless Youth, and us becoming good friends and also partners. So it just showed us just how there's this existing network that wants to come together, and starting Siasa Place proved it.
So social media is great. It's great for educating, for organizing, for informing, but it can never replace boots in the streets. Never.
We ask ourselves now, Siasa Place has always been about 2 things that even currently you do. One, about working at the grassroots, something that I think I rarely see activities of Siasa Place in these posh, slightly things. I see once in a while, but many of times I would see in Homa Bay, in Kericho, with young people at that level. So that was key.
So what we said is, how do we reach the youth? Then we said the best way is to go the constitutional way, go devolve.
For me, what I'm thankful and really grateful is having been entrusted and trusted by the organization to facilitate the thinking in the development of the first strategy and also the second strategy.
One of the things that came out to us in our strategy is all the organizations were struggling to go up, to be national, to be big. And the more they went big, the more they lost the youth.
I remember when we came up with terminologies of we the people inventing the future. We all agreed. Very difficult discussions, but shaping those, thinking around what programmatic areas the organization, issues of public participation, work to do with public policy, and then an organization that will speak and work with Kenyans in policy and democratic processes.
So we decided we are having a 2-year focus. So we created this 2-year focus, saying the focus was facilitating meaningful youth engagement in electoral processes. That was our focus 2 years. So already it removes a lot of things.
So we target the counties, but at the county, we started at the constituency with the intention of going to the ward, and now we are focusing going to the village. And that is how we became a grassroots organization. So around 2018, that is the first time that we got the first support. Before then, we had small kind of supports, but now when we started major, then we said now we were going to the ground.
Siasa Place came to Kericho in 2018. That was 1 year after elections. They came trying to partner with the assembly. At that time, I was just an MCA. I think they came to work with committees, oversight. They were trying to look for ways to partner to make the assemblies work better. And I think they came to the executive arm of government and the assembly. Now, when they came to the assembly, I was among the MCAs who first met with them. And when they gave their proposal that they're here in Kericho and a few other counties, because Kericho was one of them, they said they'd want to build capacity building for the MCAs. And when I heard about capacity building, I said, I'm the guy to be given capacity building. I'm the first-time MCA. I'm running into office. I saw an agenda that I want to be a watchman of the people, and time is running really fast. So I said, this as a place is a blessing. They have come at the right time, and if they have come to Kericho as one of the counties, because they were just in a few counties. I think it was Kericho, Kisumu, Busia, a few of them. Then I said, this is God sent.
We came up with a signature program called Baraza. Baraza is ideally came from the Chief's Baraza, which was, Chief's Baraza was used for caning people, disciplining the villagers. But we said, why don't we use something that is going to attract? Some people came to Baraza to probably, if they think somebody was going to be caned, or people are wondering, how are young people now coming with this old kind of idea?
The first Baraza I did was chaotic. The reason is because people are saying, tumeshika MCA leo sasa. Maswali yote lazima tumuulize leo. This guy has been anakuwa anahepa. When it comes for a fun for a wedding, you say things, he disappears. When there's a funeral, it disappears. Now, this is the day now, we'll ask him questions. So people came gun blazing.
I was called by one of the honorable members here, Honorable Eric Bates, that there are visitors who have visited with us. They are from Siasa Place. Then we got into a boardroom, we sat down and have a meeting. And I think that started off the journey of my knowing the Siasa Place. Previously, I hadn't known, but they had engaged with the MCAs, apparently, members of the county assembly, in their outside activities. So they had started visiting the members of the county assembly in their in their wards, at the ward level. So they hadn't gotten an opportunity to come to the county assembly.
They started also doing capacity building for the young people in Kericho County. And people like Victor Tum was one of them, a young person from Kapsaus at that time. And they identified leaders in all the wards.
So we target the counties, but at the county, we started at the constituency with the intention of going to the ward, and now we are focusing going to the village. And that is how we became a grassroots organization.
Ni jina inaitwa Siasa Place, but vitu zao wanafanya ni civic education.
I used to read about Siasa Place. I used to watch Nerima Wako during TV presentations as an analyst. So I checked more on Siasa Place and I read about it.
Nakumbuka ilikuwa kwa ofisi fulani hapo, then kulikuwa na hiyo board fulani ya SP. Nikaipitia kona yenyewe iko fine. Vitu zenye ziko hapo ni zina go in line na vitu zenye mimi na do. That's why sikufind uzito sana kwa bana.
Walikam wakapata mimi niko na interest ile ya kuchange community tu. Unacheki, wajue ni nini yenye wana miss. Unajua community hawajui ni nini wanahata.
At a given point, Siasa Place had trained the civic champion, the accountability champion, and Homa Bay was one of the targeted county where they train 4 from South Kasipul ward. And that is how Siasa Place came into working in partnership with county government.
The skills that I got from the first meeting on how to write petition, on how to do follow-up on stall projects. When we did the first follow-up of project, it bore fruit. That is when I got now interested to to actually participate in Siasa Place activities.
Time niliengage na SP, I think hiyo ndio ilikuwa one of major vitu zilifanya at least nikajua niko the right place. Cause kitu yenye niliget ni una identify problem. Ukisha identify, let's say kama barabara kuna ma potholes na ni kitu yenye nafaa kushughulikiwa, ni step gani una follow next? Tuende kwa hizi ofisi tutafute hao wenye wanahusika, tuandikie barua tuwapatie na tufanye follow up ya hizo barua.
Tuwafao kwanza, kuna zile information sikuwaga nazo 1 2 3 in which walinitake wakanipeleka training. For the first time hata nilipelekwa training mahali nje kidogo ya Nairobi. Nilikuwa nishazoea mtaa, huwezi toka Kanairo uko tu area tu yani.
I was one of the accountability champion. So when we were tasked as the accountability champions, each and every accountability champion were given assignment that they were supposed to come up with a design on how they're going to do social accountability with them. So as we decided to open the office of the citizen just to agitate more.
Kuna time tulipelekwa Homa Bay. Nikaenda nikapatana na vijana wa Homa Bay huko, tuka interact nao, nikaona venye hao wanafanya mambo yao na yetu. Mimi nika learn 1 2 3.
I was never involved in politics. And yeah, initially as a journalist, I did not want anything to do with politics, to do with the governance, with that. I was not part of it at all. But after the trainings and the mentorship that we were given by Siasa Place, at least I now got that interest to know about governance, to get involved in politics, to get involved in as a youth also, to get involved in voting, to know how to fight for my rights and how to hold our leaders accountable.
Imesaidia sana communities kwa hizo counties yenye Siasa Place wameibati na wote, na it has been very impactful positively.
SP ni yule msee mwenye anaweza sema alikupata ukiwa kwa njia, unapata na kuna kamlima pale, alafu anakuja na kushika mkono, mnatembea naye. So naweza sema bado tuko kwa jani na SP na bado tunaim kwa hizi changes mazejo.
Well, my proudest moments of being at SP.
I'm an old man now. It might be difficult to retrieve it from the hard disk of struggle and
we have done so many things that have made me proud.
I think it's a bit of many things. One, like that time in Maseno, when somebody, and I think there was an invitation to Eldoret, the Moi University then. So that was very early. So that ability of young people very far removed from Siasa Place reaching via social media to say, we are seeing what you are doing, meaning something good is being done. Could you do it here in our university? Was for us a testament that we have something. We might not see it now, it might not seem to be clicking, we might have to go sleep in dormitories, go into public transport overnight because you cannot come early. So that was one.
The fact that we got the name we wanted, I think that for me was important. All the gymnastics, all the negotiations, back doors, what have you, explanations.
It was so hard, like I said, to get that word, like Siasa. And so just being able to get that certificate and having to register and, anchor that word and the power that it represents was such a big deal.
Being part of the founding team that started SP, being part of building the brand to where it is today.
I have also seen has, like I mentioned, grow from a staff capacity of less than 10, of sometimes even at 5, sometimes we were 5. But we are now talking about almost 20, 20 members of staff. We have grown. Those for me are proud moments.
I mean, it's crazy. Like sometimes I walk into the office and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm responsible for these people and this work. And sometimes I just, take a step back and be like, wow, this exists. So it's a lot. It's from gratitude to almost, where did 10 years go? You're even wondering how fast did it go? To, people who are like, this chick, she's not even gonna be there a year from now. For them to now see me here 10 years later and just being like, wow, like, it's a badge of respect.
The beauty of Siasa Place was actually mainstreaming young people into politics and into mainstream TV stations, opinion pieces, and policy conversations.
When we started, we didn't have that, hey, if you go this way, if you do this, I feel that's why there's this special aspect of Siasa Place where, as much as it can be draining, we're like, let's try and support other entities to grow and to institutionalize, because we didn't have that hand-holding. And it was so important because you see a lot of CBOs dying before they turn 3.
The Siasa Open Day for me was such, a crowd moving, a shaker in the sector, because even political parties had not convened themselves. So they were like, okay, how are these young people able to convene all of us? So I think for me that was a big thing. Election safari actually, elections were always, our story was probably told in a way that political parties said it. But election safari that was done by Siasa Place also showcased how young people were involved in elections. And that's when now people realize that actually young people cannot just be involved in being paid tokens or just being paid to cause chaos. But the election safari actually showed how young people were involved in election observation. They were involved in mobilization of young people to actually take voters' card. It also showcased how young people were able to, I would say, be able to document their own stories on the ground and say, this is how things went. It is not what was reported. This is actually what happened on the ground.
So you come from being an average voter who is seen every 5 years to being an active voter who is questioning their leaders on national TV. You get a young person on TV being able to articulate a policy position because they got a political education from Siasa Place.
Seeing the brand in places, in rooms I've never been in, interacting, it has allowed us to interact with people from different countries, walks of life. So, and also me fitting in other roles. Apart from being a designer, I ended up growing and becoming a communications person and also programs. So I ended up delving into other different things that I didn't initially think I would.
I think for me, like, one of the proudest moments for Siasa Place when it was like a baby was, there was an event we had at the Bomb Blast Hall. I think it was like our first big event where we had to call people and they'd come into a room, and it was just like such a joy to see. But when it comes to now, like 10 years down the line, is to just see Siasa Place actually like gets now some money and start to do the work.
We have grown in leaps and bounds as Siasa Place, even in terms of our reach. The scope of our work, which, like I've told you in the current strategic plan, is also looking at politics and tech. And like I mentioned, that is a unique area.
So Uhuru Kenyatta appoints this retired grandmother, a very old woman, in a youthful position.
When Siasa Place and others went to court to challenge what I would call is bad manners politics, because National Employment Authority, serious unemployment issues, I think it is important, even if they did not succeed, and I think it's important to say this, they succeeded, which is a great thing, to have the courts agree with the petitioners that no, you cannot have this kind of person leading this kind of institution.
And that is why we went into that case. So when we went to the case with other partners, we were able to put up a good case.
And first they stopped the appointment and we won the court case. That's a win for young people, because normally we get people being appointed and we don't question why they've been appointed. But Siasa Place actually deciding to litigate on that particular matter was a win for all people of this country.
That was a very big milestone for us as Siasa Place. A very big milestone to the youth population in Kenya. That was a position that was meant, even when we had the conversation about the prioritizing and the development and enactment of the National Employment Authority Act, it was for the youth. It was for the youth, with the youth, and by the youth.
Hiyo 10 years ya Siasa Place mpaka saa hizi, nataka kuambia Siasa Place wanafanya kazi mzuri sana.
Pale tunasimama hiyo ready, tunaweza sema ni kama result ya Siasa Place. Hii ndio area yenye chuo inajengwa, venye unaona kumeanza at least kuna kitu yenye na happen.
Sasa hii mimi niko very great pale, hata kwa ofisi nikiingia hakunanga watchman ndaulizwa. Ni mimi niingie, kama ni kikombe ndachukua niweke chai iko. Yaani inakuanga tu ni kama nyumba ya Mluya. Kuna ingine ukienda unafika hapo unaambiwa don't go there.
Tumeona likes of the people that we are working closely with. For example, DFE has been very vocal, even nationally, from Mathare to the whole world, which is something that you can tell there is something that this young person has that was not before.
Siasa Place naiona ikiwa mahali iko itakuwa juu in the next 10 years again zenye zinakuja.
10 years manze si kidogo. 10 years ni most. Kwanza ni tunaweza celebrate at least. Hiyo ni mileage poa sana.
What do you think is next?
Now I feel like crying now. I don't know, but we should stay tuned. Because it's just going to be just as amazing. Now I'm tearing up.
I'm very proud of how far Siasa Place has come and just appreciative of the individuals that have seen the vision from 10 years.
As Siasa Place turns 10, we start thinking about Siasa Place 2.0, but we are inspired and must remain inspired by the journey of Siasa Place as it was.
Every person who's been part of this will have such a different view because they had such different parts to play in what Siasa Place has become.
Siasa Place is no longer a child and now an adult, and I'm very happy that you have grown and you have tentacles across this country. So keep doing the good work, and I hope that you will continue educating and injecting young people to vote the right way and to change the leadership of this country.
Happy 10th birthday, Siasa Place. I am so proud to have been part of your birth and part of your growth, and I can't wait to see where Siasa Place goes in the next 10 years and more years to come. So I'm super, super happy and excited. Happy 10th.
Steady the ship, stay focused, and sustain the momentum. That for me is my rallying call.
Siasa Place is a brand, and it has been consistent. And I want to assure you that this is an institution that everybody will look back and will be like, we thank God that this institution actually existed, because I'm sure it has transformed many young people who have gone through its hands and many more to come.
We are going to teach you. We are going to inspire you. But you need to act.
10. Oh my gosh, Siasa Place. Happy 10 years. Super, super proud of everything you've been able to achieve. I can definitely say I was there from your toddler years, and I was a toddler myself as a young person, but I'm so proud to say that I know you. You know, I know Siasa Place and the work that you do. And I'm just looking forward to all the impact that you're going to create and having this celebration in the next 20, 30, 40 years when I'm showing up with gray hair.
I want to thank the leadership of Siasa Place, specifically Nerima, for carrying the dream that group of people started 10 years ago with, and when everybody took other things and maybe for some time were not there, she was able to stay true to the cause and do it. For people like Ken, who came in and have been able to steady the ship throughout and ensure they're able to listen, and then to every one of the members of Siasa Place, the staff, for the dedication and for always now, once you come in, you discover the organizational culture, you accept it, you absorb it, and then you create your own addition to it, you tinker it with, make it much better. And for all those people you work with.
I just am excited when I see the growth. There are times I walk into the office, I see different people, others, and you see growth. Growth, not only just in terms of where your location, but just seeing this growth. But just growth for me has been the most fascinating thing, and it has taken different dimensions. Be it the people there, you meet a person who came in as an intern, but the level of engagement today, and you say, oh, okay, wow, something is happening here. So I wish those are the things to embrace moving forward, and all the best to Siasa Place.
I think Siasa Place turning 10, a pre-teen, and Siasa Place has always been bold, has always been out there and wanting to be counted. And as she gets older, is to continue to play the same role, but to continue to build partnerships and friendships, and most importantly, not to let that boldness get to their head. Because as a teenager, you can be quite radical. So hopefully we can do that without needing to be too radical, because I like us being radical, maybe not too radical.
Hizi 10 years zenye zimeisha, mimi nasema
more power to the people, more power.
Sasa hiyo ni yenye mimi nasema initoki.
We the people, Article 43.
Thank you so much. A hearty clap, ladies and gentlemen, for Siasa Place. That is really amazing. Wow. That is so amazing. Sindio? Hey, that is really amazing. 10 years is a long time. I don't know where you are. Maybe when you come back from dinner, we're going to be getting where you were 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I wasn't married. I didn't have children. Right now, 10 years later, I'm sharing food with 3 other people. Talking of food, we are about to serve, and I'm going to tell us how we are going to do that. And I'm happy to see a lot of people have turned out. Honorable Emos Wako, so good to see you today. Yes, asante sana, thank you for coming. Sijui kama ulikuwa na option, but thank you so much for coming. And I think things are different from back then and now. At least when I grew up, I knew who my Attorney General was. Sahi, you're not sure. But it's all good as long as it's working, iko sawa. Yeah, so we are happy, and nimeona Kirinyaga Women Rep ameingia Njeri Maina. Sasa unawezaje kuwa na Kiswahili poa kama English? Choose a struggle bana, but we're going to be having a lot of that. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to start serving, and I'm going to beg us to start with the first 6 tables. So we have 2 serving stations right outside. Nyinyi ni kama mulijua, but imagine amuanzi kukula. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. We're going to get there. So we're going to start with the first 6 tables. We have 2 serving stations on my left and at the back. And also for those of you who just came in, the washrooms are on my right, which is your left. So if you're outside, you can go around, and then we have gents and ladies. So we can start serving now. We start with the 6 tables, and then I'll give direction as to the rest as we follow. Bon appetit. Iko sawa? Yes, so let's start serving, ladies and gentlemen. Now also take a lot of photos, videos. Yes, na kama uko na iPhone, tafadhali tukipiga picha utumiane haraka haraka. Tusiwekane. Let's start serving, ladies and gentlemen.
Najua jua litawaka, najua litatua, najua kuna kiangazi na kuna time ya mvua. Najua dua la kuku halimgusi mwewe, hata wakikushuku usijishuku wewe. Najua, najua. Africa, oh, peace and love in Africa. Let there be peace and love. Nigeria, oh, peace and love. Oh, why they be singing in the streets and dancing? Let there be jumping in your heels and clapping. Let other kids in the street be laughing. And everybody feel the joy of that morning. Anytime you go, you must come back. No matter religion or your culture, living a good life is a normal something. Woman, no cry no more. Yeah, me I'll be there for you. You're not alone, my brother.
Hapa tu ni hapa tu. Kismayo. Aya. Nyinyi mtatolewa hapa. Muache kucheza na mimi. Yes, I want to recognize people from where they came from. We have Busia. Homa Bay. Ah, that's amazing. Homa Bay. Lamu.
Lamu.
Good. Lamu wako? Namba 8. Ungeongeza baby. Kivera, thank you so much. Kitui wako? Uko peke yako? Kitui tuko na wawili, thank you so much. Madhare. Madhare, makofi yenyu tafadhali, thank you so much Madhare. Kakamega. Thank you so much. Kwa nini wewe unasema Kericho kama unaogopa? Ati Kericho. Sema it with a Kericho. Good, amazing, amazing. Nimesikia Meru. Meru. Meru kumko 1 2 3. Do you know nilizaliwa Meru? Eldoret. Baringo North. Wow. Makofi ya Baringo North wewe. Ati Karen wewe hauwezi toka namba 8 alafu niambie umetoka Karen. Lower Karen. Asante sana namba 8. Nyinyi mmetoka? Kajiado. Ngoja kwanza, Kajiado. Uko peke yako? Mko watatu, amazing. Isiolo ya ukweli. Kanchit. Siaya. Nice. Jakababa ama Kababa? Jakababa. Si ndio? Siaya County. Shamahoho. Hiyo inataka mtu atamke kama ameshiba. No wonder this is the time unapata sauti. Meru, pale kuna watatu, mko 4 Meru. Budalangi. Sorry?
Navaholo.
Hizi Shamahoho, Navaholo. Nitameza ulimi. Hii nataka mtu kama ameshiba. I think we have everyone in the house. And now I think we can start with the program. Asante sana. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear my voice. Yes, I'm waiting for everyone to get settled. And for me to be able to do that, I want us to stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I want us to stand up for something very special. With the flag that you have on your table, I want us to stand up and give 1 minute of silence to the souls that we lost last year, June 25th, during the maandamano that we had. And their souls didn't go in vain, because we have a lot of gains that we achieved have to die, but it happened. We keep on. So I want us to have 1 minute of silence. You have your flag. You know how best you. So ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute of silence. Watakuuliza. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to start this session. If I can have your attention, tafadhali. I want us to start this session by welcoming the Executive Director, Siasa, please. Relax, relax. Amazing, amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together, everything you have together, as we welcome the Executive Director, Siasa, please. Nerimba wako, ladies and gentlemen. You can stand up, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome on stage. Keep clapping, ladies and gentlemen. Asante sana.
Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Hakuna mboga, peleke shuleni.
Women's power, super power, women's power. Women's power. Women's power. Nerima's power. Nerima's power. Mama's power. Mama's
Ni shujaa Nerima we, ni shujaa Nerima wetu, ni shujaa Nerima we, ni shujaa Nerima wetu, ndio maana tunasema ni shujaa, ndio maana tunasema ni shujaa. Apewe sifa Nerima we, apewe sifa Nerima wetu, ndio maana tunasema apewe sifa, ndio maana tunasema apewe si. Long live Nerima, long live! Long live Nerima, long live! Long live our fighter, long live! More power to Nerima, more power! More power to our women, more power! African women on the front line! Educate, liberate, celebrate!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you guys, I really appreciate you. My comrades, my brothers, my sisters, thank you so much. Well, I told myself today I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry. Whew. So, let me read my speech here. I'm still shaking, by the way. I think it's that adrenaline, yani. Asante, Mumbi. Thank you. All right. So I'd like to recognize in our presence all the signatories, protocol, which I am terrible at. So I will try not to forget anybody. But just the fact that you are all here means so, so much to me. So, so much to me. And the fact that there are also faces that I haven't seen for years and friendships that we have kept. And so I will read what I've written. Deputy Ambassador of the Netherlands Kingdom, Joris von Bommel. Deputy Ambassador to Finland, Leo Svanberg. Deputy Speaker, Eric Bett. Honorable Jerry Maina, Honorable Gitonga Mukunji, NGAF CEO Roy Sasaka, embassy representatives of French Embassy and US, and also partners, Honorable Dr. Isaac Mwaura, government spokesperson, friends, family, activists, and partners, good evening. Let me first just say how grateful I am to see many old friends, many faces, many people who have come today just in solidarity, people who have believed in us and our work. Some new friends, some old friends, partners, and community. Even those who have come from different parts of this country, just to be here tonight. I truly thank God, my Creator. And first of all, just to think, 10 years. Can we all just take a breath? 10 years. And I still look the same. But no, for real now, the speech. 10 years of Siasa, please. 10 years of building something from scratch. 10 years of trying, failing, learning, and laughing a lot. Now, if you told me back when I was in the US in my internship, dreaming about civic engagement or conversations that I would have with Murabwa, feeling that there was a gaping hole when it came to young people's participation, that 10 years from now, you would be in a room with over 250 people to celebrate. I would say, wow, that's crazy. That's escalated. Is that possible? But the truth, moved back to Kenya, I knew I cared deeply about issues, about young people, and about participation. I just didn't have a community yet. But today, I'm very happy to share that you are my community. So here I was, just showing up at events, bumping into issue people like Dereba, Edith, Miriam, Buki. By the way, if you are in the room, those who we bumped into and started, please stand up so that we can recognize you. Those early days, listen, they were wild. We were dreamers. We were so broke that we painted our first office ourselves. And shout out to Miriam, who was not very amused when I told her that we had to take shifts to do the painting, and the landlord, who allowed us to stay in the room we painted incorrectly. And fast forward to when we had no office, no pay, no structure. And at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings, we would have meetings with people who really had no business about being that serious that early. Because it would mean that we have sat for 4 hours sometimes discussing the country. So if we're there on Saturday morning at 8 a.m., that means we didn't go out on Friday night. We did not have social lives at all. So imagine us in our early 20s, just having moments of how can we change this country and what would that look like? And there were moments also where we almost gave up. You've heard how difficult it was to get registered, all the drama, and how we almost walked away. But the thing that kept us going is that we had a team that held us together. And so I'll never forget working from Power 254, and I'm so grateful to Bonnie and Jerry for giving us that first desk. And later, to Heinrich Ball Foundation for letting us use their library as our office. Waithera, you remember your interview? It was in that library, between bookshelves and free Wi-Fi, we hired our very first finance manager. And so from those makeshift spaces to the actual chaos of our downtown office, when we finally got an office, thanks to Ford Foundation. So where was our office located? It was just on the cusp of uptown and downtown. We were on Moy Avenue. And one of the most interesting things about being at Development House is that we were on the edge. We were on the edge of the noisy bus stations, the real Kenya, and the other side of Kenya that is quiet and orderly and sometimes organized. And so for me, I think Siasa Place has always sat at the edge of worlds. Like this room here, completely different worlds meshed together. We've always done that. And the fact that we're here at Shamba Farm, we plant. We plant. And so it's always a joy to see that here we are, even though we're in the edge of two worlds, we are bougie enough to show up at policy tables, but grounded enough to actually know what's happening on the ground. And yes, I've been doubted more than once. In fact, one time, a guy came to the office looking where I was walking over lunch. So I'm working at lunch, and my team will tell you I'm very anti-lunch breaks. I do not go out for lunch because I have too much to do. The same way there's still food on the table right now. I have not eaten. And he walks in looking for the director, and I say, it's me. And he dismisses me and says, stop joking. Call me your boss. You are clearly the receptionist. And I say, sure. Please give me your name and number, and when the boss comes in, I will be sure to share it with him, because I'm assuming you know it's a man. And so later on, he comes when the team's back, and I remember looking at Patrick, who used to work with us, and I said, this man was looking for me, but I told him it's me, but he didn't believe me. And he just walked into the room, and Patrick's face looked like he had seen a ghost. And he had to tell this guy, this is my boss. And at that moment, I knew why we needed to exist. It's the perception of what leadership looks like. The perception of what those involved in politics should look like. We have a frame that doesn't need to exist. Each one of us belong in that space, and we have every right to stay in that space. But this is what we've done. We've defied expectations. We've grown from volunteers receiving 10,000 shillings in stipends to a team of 21. Can my team please stand up? Where is my team? Karimi, why are you squatting? Yeah. A lot of these designs that you're seeing, the ideas, through support, like people like Jackie, it's the team's ideas. And I appreciate you. Thank you. So the truth is, as I conclude, that to the people who have walked through this journey with us, and I've seen so many partners in this room, from donors to even organizations to CBOs, to people that we have worked with for years, I want to say thank you. You've been with us from the beginning, and we give you your flowers. And to our current staff, we appreciate you, your dedication, your creativity, your boldness. I don't want the board to think I've forgotten them. That's the job of my chair, who he will be coming to mention. So you are not forgotten. So even though we have faced challenges, there's one person I really want to highlight, and that is Ken. Hey, na Ken, tumeona maneno. And they snatch that rug underneath you and make you fall. But it's through hard work and why we emphasize on mentorship. Because we believe in having a world where we can collaborate and partner and constantly work together. And I definitely would like to appreciate my family, because I know I've been talking about this for very long, and now they can take me seriously. It's a real thing. I'm looking at you, Uncle Emos. And also to my partner, Billion. Thank you for praying for me this morning. So, there we are. And there we are. And so what's the next chapter? It's going to be fast. It's going to be disruptive. It's going to be exciting. We're raising a generation of young people who aren't just asking for accountability, systems to enforce it. Ready? And if you've ever doubted it, just remember we painted our own first office. And on that note, I'd just like to say thank you so much for listening. I'd just like to say thank you so much for listening, for your presence, and I hope that you enjoy this night, and may we continue to celebrate even as we remember those that we have lost. I have hope that we have a better country in our hands, especially.
Asante sana, thank you so much. That's really amazing. Yeah, clap for her. She sits down. Amazing. That's sana, thank you so much. That's really amazing. Yeah, clap for her. She sits down. Amazing. That's amazing. And what you don't know, Nerima, is that you give a lot of young people hope. The first time I think I saw Nerima was on TV articulating issues. And by then, for the youth, we were not supposed to talk issues, Siasa, because what do you know? And she Rosha. And I think over time, the youth have found a space and a voice, and especially when you're speaking truth to power. Thank you so much, even for what you've managed to do with the team. Asante sana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Dr. Eric Bett, Deputy Speaker from Kericho County, ladies and gentlemen. Asante sana. He's a very close friend to Siasa Place. Karibu sana sa. Yes, yes. Keep clapping, tafadhali. Thank you so much. Asante.
Hello. Thank you so much. Long live Siasa Place. Long live Siasa Place. Well, in summary, that's what I would say today on this special night. Because as you've heard, I'm the Deputy Speaker in the County Assembly of Kericho. You saw my testimony on the documentary a while ago. And in 2018, this team of Siasa Place, just 3 years old, very focused, came to our county, met a young man, an MCA, who was elected on a platform of just being the change in Kericho. They held my hand, and it was an amazing journey. I was re-elected with a landslide. On behalf of myself and my comrades from Kericho County, Nerima and your team, may God bless you and keep this Siasa Place to go far. We have had a long history with Siasa Place, Ken and the team. It's been amazing. And I know. Thank you so much. So as I go up, Nerima, just know I have mentored young people in Kericho, and these young men and women are going to go far, just like you have had in the dream of Siasa Place, that we bring young people who can change this county and country one at a time. I believe it is doable one at a time, and Siasa Place is the vehicle. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Asante sana. Thank you so much. I think it's such an amazing thing to see the journey that has been. And as I said, 10 years is a long time. And we wish you all the best, Sam. Honorable Mukonji, bado unawakonja. Yeah. From Manyata constituency, thank you so much for being here with us. Asante sana. Now I want to invite on stage the women rep Kirinyaga County. Yes, yes. Nataka tumkaribishe vizuri ni kama yes. Hello. Aya. Honorable Njeri Maina, karibu sana.
Saseni. My name is Njeri Maina, Nerima, and Siasa Place. I'm an advocate by profession. Sifikiriange tu mini politician. Anyway, so when Nerima invited me, she invited me like 2 months ago, and she told me that the theme is black. Then I turn up here, and you guys are in all sorts of colors. And I see in particular yellow, which is very unpopular in my county right now. Water under the bridge. So Nerima had pointed, and 3 days to nominations. They give me a call and tell me, well, you can't win this election. You should not vie. It's going to be really embarrassing for you. And I was like, well, we're gonna see. If I do not vie, I'm not going to find out whether the people of Kirinyaga are going to elect me. And I was 27 at the time, broke, very broke, young. I wasn't dumb, of course, because I was from law school. Siasa is very materialistic, the way we have formulated our politics. So a lot of young people are unable to actively vie for elective positions. Fast forward, 2 weeks to one running my campaigns. You know, we had a very lean budget, and it was just basically me and my siblings moving around, giving people small cards. I would talk, yani nilikuwa naongea hadi sauti inapotea, because when you don't have money, then you have to explain yourself to people. Why should you vote for me? When you're dishing something, you just come for 10 minutes, say, hello guys, dish whatever you're dishing, and people are gonna be like, hooray. So I lost my dad 2 weeks to UDA nominations, and it was very sudden. My dad and I were very close. And I remember going home on that day, and my family was like, well, we can't go on with this. You know, you have now to quit vying and just take time to get through the process. And I told them, well, I can't, because I want to see what I started with my dad to the very end of what it was going to become. I remember I had this wig. It was a very cranky wig from downtown. I mean, I couldn't afford a better one. And I'd wear it every morning. So the entire night I'd be crying. And the following morning I'd wake up, put on my wig, do some lipstick, and just go smiling at people and waving as if nothing was happening. But I was at such a point in my life. There's so much emotional turmoil happening internally that I don't even know how. I think I was on like autopilot mode the entire time. And I won the elections with over 71% of the total votes cast in Kirinyaga County. So Nerima and I, we've quite a history. I was just watching her on TV, just like Njugush has said, and she was expressing herself, wonderful, brilliant mind. And I thought, well, they had just started Siasa Place 10 years ago, and I was in uni. And I wrote the first email, Nerima didn't respond. The second email, didn't respond. The third email, didn't respond. The fourth email. And I keep telling her about it. And then we got to meet in person, and that was the first thing I told her. I told her, Nerima, I really wanted you to hire me. There, talking about governance and why young people should be involved in this. On track and working on a lot of things to support young people in the political space. And for me as a young person, I remember I had very quiet conversations when I got in the space with a friend, the government spokesperson, because the reason I joined politics was to change the system from within. And I felt that there are only two ways. You're either running the system or you're in the system. As a young person, we clearly don't have the wealth in terms of time and financial muscle to run the system. But we can be in the system. We have an opportunity to be in the system. And through the quiet conversations with people like Honorable Martha Karua, when the finance bill of 2024 came to a vote on the floor of Parliament, I think that was Parliament. I think that was a defining moment for me as a young leader in Parliament. And there was so much external pressure and, you know, the balance between a heavy price that we paid on that day, a heavy price that we paid on that day when we voted no for. I think the quiet conversations that we had with Isaac Maura, Martha Karua, and a few of elected leaders, they set the pace for the person that I am today. And I tell young leaders that it is very easy to get carried away and to just become part of the system that you felt when you were perhaps in university, was oppressing young people, was not working for the common man. And it's very easy to get in and just get lost in there. And I often say that it's like waking up every day and refusing to shake the hand of the devil. You basically have to make the right choice every single day. And there's such a high-stake politics in this country. See, is something that we must cultivate as young people. Because some young people fight, perhaps because they're not in the system. They get in the system and then become the system. So where do you draw the line as an aspiring leader? At Siasa Place. When Siasa Place is taking up initiatives, youth-led forums, they're pushing the boundaries to ensure that the representation of young people is not only young people, because I tell people, a young person can also be corrupt. A young person can be pro-system. A young person can lack integrity. It must be a young person who has the qualities, the good qualities and values that our Constitution of 2010, Chapter 6, enshrine. And as I wind up, Nerima and I, and Siasa Place, are working on a partnership to empower young women in politics. Because oftentimes when people speak about women in politics, they sort of narrow towards a certain age of women in politics. Gasheri isn't factored in that conversation, you know, because the space for women in politics has been very constricted. And there's been too much competition from the stereotyping and patriarchal systems that we've had, that women believe, or rather are inclined to act as if we cannot coexist in that space, have younger leaders coming up, taking space, and it's enough for all of us. So I do want to thank Siasa Place for stepping in, and I want to urge institutions of government, parliament, the judiciary, engage the civil society. The only way that we grow is through criticism. And if people question something, and it is towards building something better, something positive, then it is something that we must not see or maybe say, oh, this civil organization is fighting government. They're fighting for a better society. They're fighting for good governance. They're fighting to ensure that we have access to equal opportunities in terms of our education, infrastructure, jobs for the young people. And I'm glad that Nerima is sat next to the government spokesperson. And I know they're having some brilliant conversations about it. So let us continue to inspire. Let us continue to support Siasa Place. Let us continue to partner with them so that we can have a wholesome society that is healthy, that we can all be proud of. There's only build-up of pent-up anger for young people because they feel that the government is taking away from them. It is the way I felt when I was done with uni and I couldn't find a job, 7 years of law school. And we have very many educated young people, doctors, engineers, all sorts of professions who cannot get access to employment opportunities because perhaps they don't know someone in government. they're not well connected, they're not aligned, you know. We've seen sometimes members of parliament dishing out employment letters in public forums. So we really must rethink our structures. We must build better. And I do believe that Siasa Place is a platform to help us build better. Na sita zaidi ya hapo, manake wanasiasa wakati mwingine wanazungumza sana. Nitakomea hapo. Nashukuru sana ya kwamba mmenisikiza. Mola awabariki. Asanteni sana.
Asante. Usiende tafadhali, tunaomba ubakie kidogo. Uko salama? Yes, ningeomba tukupatie. Sasa umeharibu, najua umeleta Kiswahili na kimenilemea. So I'd like the ED Siasa Place, we have something small kuja siku ya leo. Yes, and kwa wenye walikuwa hapa before pia walipewa. Yes. Okay. All right, asante sana. Yes, and you smile. Kasheri. Yes, asante sana. Thank you so much for coming, Mheshimiwa. Thank you so much. Asante sana, thank you so much. Ukirudi Kirinyaga uwasalimia sana. Asante sana. Now I want we switch up a bit and I want to invite an artist because over time I think art has played a really key role in civic education and in mobility. Bahati Hesbon, who has a spoken word. Ukisikia imekuguza, fanya ile kitu. So Bahati Hesbon, if you are karibu tafadhali haraka haraka because of time. Yes, Bahati Hesbon, if you are around because of time, tafadhali.
I see. As it comes, you know. Baba Taifa. Embakasi 33.
Yeah. Saseni. Mko poa? So Siasa Place kwa contract wanajua kama Bahati Hesbon. Lakini ikifika ni artistic expression wananitanga Baba Taifa. Sema Baba Taifa. Sema Baba Taifa. Yeah, I go by the name CIC Helicopter Baba Taifa from Embakasi 33. Mimi ndio rais wa Embakasi. Sawa? So ule rais mwingine manze October last year 20th alinishoot. Lakini bado niko hapa. So moment of silence kwanza kwa Gen Z wote tulilose manze. So were it not for Siasa Place, Power 254, Amnesty International, Defenders Coalition, Mukuru Community Justice Center, singekuwa nasimama hapa sahi. But tunashukuru sana everybody, individually, organization, watu wamenishikilia, nimefika hapa. So, wacha tufanye vile si ufanya, si ndio? Twende DJ Kelvin.
I see. As it comes, you know. Baba Taifa. Embakasi 33. Manifest. Walisema nitapol wana testify sai wana manifest kajifanya so slow wakanita kono kwa relay walinikunjia mikono wakidai siezi siaka juu ninakaa mnono nikatoka nduki wakafeta mdomo he raised me in the fast fall wakitop last wanadai kata maji juu vile wanatas nitemesha wananipige makofi manifest
I'll see you. Yes, so bradangu ananitanga Mighty King Kong, Alafu menta wangu Juliani ananitanga Tupac. So, niko na testimony au sio?
Tukisema mbao walicheka tu sana, haikunikin ilinijengea tu sana. Ti downfall tomeko wakingojea, sai wanatamani kuishi penye natokea. Naishi kesho, niliachana na jana, nilipiga show za bure ndo nipate julikana. Sai sipigi show kwanza bila do, nalipo pesa naoga nazo kwa jacuzzi, naguza pesa nuka pesa pia najipanguza na pesa, nalala na pesa nikitaka na kesha kwa pesa. Uliza Bobby why mbona miwaga mapesa na sinanga pressure nilechenga taya. Madali niobea chenza sheto zika break, saini na cruise nguko clutch ngine kwa brakes. Go jumping for heavenly sake, naifanye inheritance my family sake. Testimony, testimony, ninaonja pesa. Testimony, testimony, nina ushuhuda. Testimony, testimony, ninaonja pesa. Testimony, testimony.
Yeah. So siasa at 10 tunajibamba au sio? Muna feel fiti? Muna feel fiti?
Najibamba, najibamba, toka juu chini luku pamba. Najibamba, 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 toka juu chini luku pamba. Hello, kama credo najibamba, bills nazifunga kama kamba. Pate after pate African boy mindio mwamba. Shida nilibit fruit loop nikazishinda. Wako juu ya bridge wanakwaya, niko ndene maji mindio mamba. Juu ya land na maji mushindaga, nakula veges nyamchomu ni bambanga. Vitu nakula ni ma high grade, tembea solo buda niko highway. Na speed niko expressway. Even the Muji expressway.
Sema
najibamba, najibamba,
siasa place wewe.
Najibamba, toka juu chini luku pamba.
Ankara
najibamba,
kwenye black wewe.
Najibamba, toka juu chini luku pamba. Nageuza gari kasuruali, napiga 3 piece na tie, napiga kolon moja tari, inasikika kabla nitoke ndani kwa ndai. Mindio tala wala, vile wasupa wakiniona wananidai. Nimejikopa sijidai, nakula raha kabla nidai. Nywele zangu nazidai, napiga show hatari alafu nazidai. Ile tunadiza sotano, bodo unafunga diza mita 5. Najibamba, 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 toka juu chini luku wewe. Najibamba,
unajibamba wewe. Wanasema I pull up bro.
Beats baby.
Nipe, kaina kubamba simama, kaina kama. Kaina kubamba simama. Wewe.
Najibamba.
Sema.
Najibamba.
Ati.
Najibamba.
Sema toka juu chini luku pamba. Sema.
Najibamba.
Siwaski.
Najibamba, toka juu chini luku pamba. Hello, kama credo najibamba, this nazifunga kama kamba. Pate after pate African boy mindio mwamba. Shida nini beat fruit loop nikazishinda. Wako juu ya bridge wanakwaya, niko ndene maji mindio mamba. Juu ya land na maji mushindaga, nakula veges nyamchomu ni bambanga. Vitu nakula ni ma high grade, tembea solo buda niko high.
Hello.
Speed niko expressway.
Twende.
Even the Muji expressway.
Twende.
Najibamba.
Sema tena.
Najibamba.
Kwenye black Ankara.
Najibamba, toka juu chini luku pamba.
Sema siasa art 10.
Najibamba.
Siwaski.
Najibamba.
Eh.
Najibamba, toka juu chini luku pamba. Nageuza gari kasuruali, napiga 3 piece na tie, napiga kolon moja hatari, inasikika kabla nitoke ndani kwa ndai. Mindio tala wala, vile warembo wakiniona wananidai. Nimejikopa sijidai, nakula raha kabla nidai. Nywele zangu nazidai, napiga show hatari alafu nazidai. Nianze na diza so tano. Bodrum nafunga diza mita tano.
Twende.
Najibamba.
Sema tena.
Najibamba. Najibamba.
Toka juu chini luku pamba. Sema.
Najibamba.
Sema.
Najibamba. Najibamba.
Toka juu chini luku pamba.
Wako juu ya bridge wanagwaya. Niko chini ya maji mimi ndio mamba.
Juu ya land na maji bushindag.
Nakula veges nyamcho munibambaga.
Nageuza gari kasuruali. Napiga tripi
na die. Napiga inasikika kabla nitoke ndani kwa ndani.
Najibamba. Najibamba.
Najibamba.
Shukran sana.
Toka bamba. Najibamba.
Wewe wapi makofi yake wewe? Baba Taifa, asante sana. Thank you so much. Iko sawa wewe. Hello. Iko sawa. Thank you so much. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Asante sana. ID wanajua kama bahati. Bataifa wewe. Asante. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now I want you to help me welcome on stage. Tunaelekea kumaliza. Thank you so much for that, Baba Taifa. We have more of that. Pale mwisho. Munaenda kupenda sana. We are saving the best. Tunapoendelea kumaliza. So ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome on stage the board chair, Siasa Place. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome on stage Dr. Elijah Ambassa, PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, wapi makofi yake? Yeah, you can do better, ladies and gentlemen.
Jugush, it's called Elijah. Where I come from, it's Elijah. Kisumu County. Kisumu County in the room. That is not me. Elijah is not. Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah. To our the Honorable Dr. Senator Isaac Mwahura, Government Spokesperson, the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Njeri Maina, County MP for Kirinyaga County, the Chair of the Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association, Honorable Gitonga, Attorney General Emeritus, Honorable Amos Wako, all protocols observed. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight, we celebrate a decade of dedication, impact, and friendship. 10 years ago, an idea was born, a vision to empower youth and foster a community of change makers. This idea, ladies and gentlemen, was birthed from a simple yet a powerful dream to empower young people to assume charge and shape their own future and be agents of positive change in our society. And today, ladies and gentlemen, as I look around this room, as I look around Kenya, I see that vision fully alive. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are witnesses to a ripple effect of that idea. The countless lives touched and the progress made in every. Remarkably, Siasa Place, commonly known as SP, has realized through unwavering commitment, evident growth and transformation of the youth in Kenya. As the chairperson of the board, I speak as someone who has witnessed with deep pride the incredible journey this organization has made from humble beginnings to a national and internationally recognized voice of youth, empowerment and innovation. DJ, hapo ndio unaangusha ile kitu. DJ, unani let down kwa nini? As a youth-led and a youth-focused organization, we are very proud to have Siasa Place that have nurtured millions of youths across Kenya in matters accountability, politics, technology, and rights, as well as youth employability, skilling, and mentorship. We have built confidence, skills, competencies, and institutional structures necessary for meaningful and dignified participation of young people in politics, governance, and civic life. Ladies and gentlemen, we have spoken as Siasa Place on national issues. We have stood for justice. We are in the vanguard of claiming and affirming the rightful place of youth in the country's leadership ecosystem. Without hesitation, ladies and gentlemen, we have fought any attempt at deferring the dreams of the youth. We have fought and resisted any attempt to deflate the vigor and the energy of the youth certain today for uncertain tomorrow. We have inspired the youth in Kenya to refuse to be patronized into believing that the future is tomorrow. As Martin Luther King Jr. reminds us, no person has the right to reign on your dreams. Consequently, ladies and gentlemen, this anniversary is not just about the number of years since the establishment of Siasa Place. It's about the impact to us. It's about that young woman in Mathare, that young woman in Mukuru Kwanjenga, and indeed all parts of this country, who is stronger politically today after our empowerment initiatives. It's about that young man in Kisumu, Lamu, Kiambu, and Kirinyaga, who now mentors others after going through our mentorship program. It's about all of you, the change makers, the dreamers, and the achievers. But our story, we have so much more to accomplishment. Over the last decade, we as Siasa Place, ladies and gentlemen, remain dedicated to secure the future of optimism and determination. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take a moment to thank our founders whose vision and courage laid this foundation. Your commitment did not only birth and nurture this organization, but it allowed countless of young people to reach their full potential. We have seen our initiatives blossom, our programs expand, and our impact grow exponentially. Thank you, Nerima Wako. Thank you so much for being a founder. Thank you, Mbuki Mburu, for being a founder member. Thank you, Ken Ogembo. And thank you, Miriam, among others, for being founder members and playing a significant role into the life, the vision of the youths in this country. On the same note, ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to also acknowledge the Siasa Place founding board members who labored to register and nurture this baby Siasa Place. Led by Ms. Harriet Shigai, who is now the Presidential Advisor on Women's Rights. The founding board members ensured a successful. Thank you. The second board nourished the young organization to ensure it flourished in its mission. The founder board members included, among others, Nafula Wafula. Where is she? In the room. Thank you so much. Ms. Karen Wakoli, Mr. Murabwa Odari, and the indefatigable Boniface Mungi. Ladies and gentlemen, building on the firm foundation, the current board which I proudly chair, the third, has spared no effort either. It is partly evidenced by the hard work put towards the planning of this event. As the chairperson, I am proud of the whole team. Mbuki Mburu, Ben Nyabira, Sylvia Katua, Amanya Kushio, Sarah Nyakio, and Adrian Lubanga. Ladies and gentlemen, on this historic day, we reaffirm our commitment as a board to provide strong governance, strategy, and ensure that every decision we make puts youth at the heart of our mission. To our partners, your belief in the potential of the youth has fueled our journey. Specifically, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank Ford Foundation, Heinrich Bol Stiftung, the Embassy Kingdom of Netherlands, and the Embassy of Finland, and all other development partners for their support and impact, that has really impacted on the life of youths in Kenya. To our staff, you are the engine behind the machine. We are not without you. Your undistracted dedication and commitment is without doubt the unadulterated fuel efficiently running the Siasa Place engine. Thank you so much. And to every young person who has worked with us, including volunteers, thank you for trusting us with your resources. As we reflect on the last decade, I call upon you to look forward. The next 10 years will bring new challenges, but I believe we are ready because we have you, the youth of Kenya, with vision, creativity, resilience, and we shall triumph together. To quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for the second time, the quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. Let this anniversary renew our commitment. Let it remind us that our work is far from over. And let it energize us into continue and a world where every young person has an opportunity to thrive. Asante sana. Let us walk into the next decade with hope, courage, and unity. Happy 10th anniversary. God bless Siasa Place. God bless Kenyan youth. And God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Asante sana. We have that hamper. Asante. Don't leave. Dr. Elijah. Yes, nimeipata sasa. It's where I come from. We have Elijah and Elijah. But now I know it's Elijah. So, Madam Nerima, kindly. Yes. Asante sana. I have been schooled and I love it. Ni mahali tumetoka na watu kama akina Mukunji wanaweza nitetea. Honorable Mukunji, kindly come in front, utusalimie and tukiendelea. We are almost at the tail end. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Njuguna. I think at this point we need to say Nerima for president. Aya, viva Siasa Place, viva. Viva Siasa Place, viva. For those who don't know me very well, my name is Gitonga Mukunji. I am the member of parliament of a place called Manyata constituency in Embu town. You are told these days when you meet an Embian, unamnulia chai. I come from Embu. My famous slogan is form ni kujituma. Ebu semeni form ni kujituma. And I want to say I'm very proud to come here today and celebrate 10 years of Siasa Place, 10 years of mentorship for our young people, 10 years of making leaders, transforming lives, and changing the narrative of our politics today. And in a very special way, I want to appreciate the whole team of Siasa Place, especially Nerima, for such a fantastic celebration of their decade work. When I look at Siasa Place, I see the future of our young people. In Bunge, I'm the chairman of Young Members of Parliament, and we have collaborated in many ways with Siasa Place. And I want to say that I will endeavor to provide a conduit of the changes that we are talking about here in Siasa Place so that they can get to the National Assembly and become at least the laws and become policies that can work for our young people. We are closely working on a digital labor bill where our young people, of them work in the digital space. We are developing and co-creating a law that is going to ensure in Kenya we have fair pay for those people who are working online for online jobs so that they can go and get something that they can help themselves. That is only one of the bills that I have quoted, but Siasa Place has been a partner for Kenya Young Members of Parliament Association in various matters, including matters to do with engagement of our young people at this time when their voices, in a way, they are felt like they are suppressed. And I want to challenge all of you as we celebrate 10 years of Siasa Place. And we are talking of young people. This country is 70% young people. 70%. I don't understand why we say we need to be included. I believe the right term should be, we should be including other people because we are the majority in this nation. And the fight for ensuring that not only are we in a place that we are offering others positions should continue, and I want to congratulate Siasa Place for that continued our deliberate efforts to gag the voice of our young people. Yesterday I was reading in papers that a young man has been arrested for having a parody account on X. And I was asking myself, if everybody that has a parody account about somebody would be arrested, I believe almost close to everybody in government would go in jail because everybody has an account that doesn't have their name. And I believe we need to actually learn and say that we have to fight to ensure we don't allow gagging of our people. The voice that Siasa Place has fought for the young people to continue participating and speaking their minds, we have to continue speaking loudly on that. I don't want to speak extra words out of there because I know it is not the right time, especially saa hii imekaribia saa 4. But I want to promise Siasa Place that the new chapter of another 10 years, we are going to work with you. We are going to work closely and ensure that we continue changing this nation a step at a time. Before I finish, I was also accompanied by another young member of parliament, Honorable Bernard Kitur. I would wish to give him a minute of my time because it's fair to actually ensure he says. He has told me he has history with Kenya and Siasa Place. Asante sana, viva Siasa Place, na form ni kujituma. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, our chairman, Kenya Young Parliamentarians. My name is Bernard Kitur, Member of Parliament for Nandi Hills constituency, and a friend of Siasa Place, and a friend of many people who are here today. I will be very brief because we came with my chairman from Naivasha today. We had a conference as young parliamentarians who have a mindset, who is determined to create a country that follows the constitution to the life. It so happens today we were about how to be on equal place. And as a very young parent with a young daughter, I am determined as part of the other parliamentarians whom we were with together to change our country to be better. And so today, I came to celebrate and say happy birthday, happy 10th birthday, Siasa Place. And thank you very much, Nerima, for the fantastic work you've done and your team. I am an ardent follower of your post and also seeing you in the social space, whether it's mainstream media and social media space. Finally, to all the young people who are here today, I remember I fight for this seat when I was in my second year in university, 2013. 2017, I so happened in the nominations, I had 58 votes, and I decided to go independent, and I had 15,000 votes. And in 2022, as it were, the big dream in my heart carried me to the position where I am today. And I want to assure all of us that as young as I am, we are the conduit to support all of you in delivering the dream of making Kenya a better place for all of us. Thank you very much and happy 10th birthday.
Asante sana, thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I beseech you, tafadhali tuache kupiga makelele. Especially pale nyuma, we keep it on the low. Pale nje, tafadhali, let's keep it on the low. Yes, pale nyuma, exactly. Thank you so much. And also pale nje, because we are almost finishing. Now, I'd like to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, the person who I'm calling on stage is someone very special, and especially for what Siasa Place does, because she is a civic champion all the way from Kakamega County. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome on stage Madam Esther Yulolo. Makofi ya Esther Yulolo all the way from Kakamega County. Amekuwa na Siasa Place. Yes. Hello. Hey.
Yanza welinde mama wechunge nenda bandu usaba. Yanza welinde mama wechunge nenda bandu batama. Yanza uninde na jelele.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Women in the have a very big job. I stand here, my name is Eululo Esther from Kakamega County. A very big beneficiary of Siasa Place. One, as a civic champion, I've been trained under Imara Fellowship that is under Siasa Place. Number two, I'm also a beneficiary in a way that I once shared my dream that I really want to make sure we have the disability community on board. And then Siasa Place, so it's too wise. And when I was sharing with Nerima, she said, something we've never been doing and we really want it on board. How do you want us to do? I share that I really want to have an organization that will be championing for the rights of the deaf community. And as I speak, I record a success story supported by Siasa Place that Kakamega County is now training all health providers on sign language to serve the deaf community. this came out of a community baraza that was supported by Siasa Place. And the deaf community were trained on how to do memorandums. They did a memorandum to the county assembly of Kakamega County. And today, they feel they'll be served freely. They can access any hospital without fear because they'll be served with sign language interpreters and even having the health providers serving them without bringing in a third party. More power to Siasa Place, more power. More power to Siasa Place, more power. And we really need you more and more in Kakamega County. CBO zimetoka Kakamega County. You know what to? You can see them. There are quite a number of them. And not just that. I come from Mumias East Sub-County. You know where the drama MP comes from. Siasa Place has really supported me to fight, or even, should I say fighting? To struggle with my MP. You know PK is not an easy man, right? Do you know Salasia? But Siasa Place gives me the strength of fighting with Salasia. Thank you so much. Long live Siasa Place, long live Nerima, long live everyone that is working with Siasa Place. Women power! Women power! Thank you so much.
Wow, asante sana, makofi yake. Wow, that's amazing. Ish, kuna kitu tu Siasa Place huwa inafanyia watu. Yes, I love that, I love that. Thank you so much. Asante, thank you so much. Na amechangamka. Asante sana AC. Na uko na mafans? Wewe. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are almost to the tail end of our event. So I want, ladies and gentlemen, you help me welcome our speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome on stage the government spokesman. Na nataka tafadhali because we are almost finishing. Help me welcome on stage the government spokesman, Honorable Isaac Mwaura, ladies and gentlemen, to give his remarks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. Happy to stand before you here today to speak in this auspicious occasion of the 10th anniversary of Siasa Place. Indeed, I am happy to be in the company of great men and women who have contributed to the development and the advancement of our society in times of difficulty towards attainment of human rights and fundamental freedoms. When I stand here today in the company of our young lady, Nerima Wako, let's clap for her. You know, the first time I saw Nerima, she was debating on TV, and I was extremely impressed by her submissions. Indeed, I think it was a show where my good friend Didi Nyoro was part of, as he was gunning to be member of parliament for Kiharu. And I was really, really moved. And it happened by that time, I was also in the Senate with our Attorney General Emeritus, the longest serving, Amos Wako. And that's when I asked him, are you related to this young lady? And he told me that's actually a daughter of my younger brother. And it's amazing because Honorable Amos Wako made a critical contribution to the coming into being of this Constitution of Kenya 2010 that has enabled many people to enjoy their rights, including to participate in politics. So I think also with the success of my dear sister Nerima, I want to honor you, Amos Wako, and also to say all the young people who are here, who we've walked the journey of fighting for rights, like my brother Mike Orwa, who we were student leaders together at the university, and many others who are coming up to really occupy this space. It's extremely important. Nerima, I asked you a question. What is the greatest contribution that you have made in this whole discourse? And you are telling me of certain instances, like a petition here, making a coalition of civil society organizations for the youth. But my take is that your greatest contribution is in amplifying and make of the youth count both in the civil society and in political matters. And that contribution, therefore, is indelible because you are inspiring a group of people who are also going to occupy echelons of leadership in the future. When I look at those of us who are seated here today, I see a young man who spoke to me, and he told me that he will never even come to say that you did it for them. And so therefore, today we stand here with our dreams. And I myself am privileged to be the government spokesperson of the Republic of Kenya. And it is because having been born with albinism, and I became a voice of the voiceless, and today I'm the voice of the government. If there is something that tells us, is that today, even you in your activism, you are negotiating your place so that you can have a chance to contribute to the development of our nation. Many of the people that we were in the civil society with have since been able to move to occupy positions in the donor community, and I'm very happy because we have the Deputy Ambassador from Finland, my friend, and also the Netherlands who may have left. And also, civil society provides a very good, breeding ground for future parliamentarians, like my friend Gasheri Maina, who is a women rep for Kirinyaga, and also my friend Gitonga Mukunji, the chair of KYPA, which I helped found when I was in Parliament, and also Bernard Kitur, member for Nandi Hills, who is a Secretary General of APNAC, also a position that I actually left for him when I left Parliament. So what am I trying to say in short? That we who are here today have an opportunity to make change as we become. Michelle Obama wrote a book of how she became the First Lady. Sometimes you don't know when you are becoming. The biggest question is, as you occupy a certain position in your journey to become, what is most important? What is most important is whether you leave a mark. So Nerima and your team, congratulations, because even if the call of duty leads you to higher positions, and for sure they will, you will be remembered for the legacy that you have left at this point in time. Let's clap for Nerima and her team again. As I conclude, I'd want to really ask us, governments exist to serve the people. And it is therefore important that we have dialogue, we have conversations. It is possible to have reformers from within, people who believe in the cause, people who have walked the journey. And I believe that opportunity still stands today, that we are listening, that the role of civil society is to activate, the role of government is to implement, but in between, let there be dialogue, so that both of us who may not sometimes see eye to eye, can create a Kenya that is prosperous, that is united for both the present and the future generations. So I want to really take this opportunity to welcome us to this dialogue, and because I speak for government, to ask that we have more opportunities between us so that by the end of the day, we end up making solutions together that are longer lasting. I do not believe that there is any one of us here who can say that has a monopoly of what is best for Kenya. I believe that there is nobody here who can say if that we sat together, we will not come up with more superior, more engaging decisions and policies that will benefit us going forward. Because we have a responsibility of ensuring that we have a better country. So Nerima, it takes about 20 years to resolve a problem. Today, we are celebrating 10 years. Yet the challenges that face our young people continue. Because when you climb, you realize there are several others to climb, as Nelson Mandela said. So let's work together in the next 20 or so years as we move places to change Africa. Because Africa will not be changed by a single election, but by 1,000 changes in those small places that look insignificant, and by ordinary people who may never be celebrated. Their only recognition will be the sparkles dotting all over this great continent that will eventually light up in unison in a moment of ubiquitous transformation. Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya. Jay wewe, mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. Happy 10 years anniversary to Siasa Place. Long live Kenya, long live Africa. Thank you very much.
Aya, sawa.
Here we go.
Aya, all right, thank you so much. Asante sana. Asante sana, na nimesikia watu wamechangamka vizuri. Wacheni niwaambie kutoka last year 25th of June. Imekuwa mteremko. Syllabus inakimbia. Mambo inaenda mbio sana. Unaamuka unashindwa hii ni ile Kenya yetu na inaendelea vizuri, and I think the future is so beautiful when we talk about things that zinatuhusu because we are in a beautiful country. Now I want to call one of the board members to come and give vote of thanks. Mbuki Mburu, ladies and gentlemen, tafadhali tumpigie makofi. Yeah, hello, yeah. He's very passionate about Siasa Place.
Great, great. Wow, you are looking amazing. All protocols observed. Good evening. Such a vibrant room. Thank you, and it's good to see you all. As you've heard, my name is Mbuki Mburu. I'm a board member at Siasa Place, a very proud board member. Siasa Place, inventing the future. When I say Siasa Place, you say inventing the future. Siasa Place. Great. We are leading this, and we are doing so powerfully. Before I begin giving the vote of thanks, I want to talk about a photo that has been going around in the last week, a photo of Zuckerberg, who is the founder of Facebook. And one of the things that, that photo was being discussed is that there are people that Zuckerberg shared their vision with, and they dismissed him. But there are those who trusted in that vision. And this evening, I want to recognize you for believing in the Siasa Place vision of inventing the future, of changing the landscape of politics for the young people of this country. So I want to really appreciate you for believing in the Siasa Place vision. Thank you, Nerima. Thank you, all the founding team. Thank you, everybody, for believing in this vision. And in my culture, one of the things that we say is that a baby is not brought out by their parents. They are brought up by the community. And even today, as we celebrate 10 years, it's really been an effort of each and every one of you. And so I want to really appreciate for all the support, whether we have recognized you today or not. Please feel appreciated that by the fact that you're in this room, you have contributed to the journey of Siasa Place, and we really appreciate you. So now I want to proceed on to the vote of thanks. And I'll start off with thanking the Almighty God for convening us all here. If we were not able to convene here, this event would not have been successful. And therefore, I want to thank the Almighty God for enabling us to be here today and also enabling Siasa Place to walk this journey 10 years on. The other set of team that I want to appreciate is the Siasa Place at 10 committee. A shout out to the SP at 10 committee. Please allow me to invite the members of the SP at 10 committee from the staff. If you are a member of the SP at 10 committee, we had those early morning meetings at 7 a.m. Every week, almost twice a week, visiting this venue, burning the midnight oil, calling out the service provider. Please, if you are a member of the SP at 10, please come up on stage. We want to celebrate you. Karimi, please, some music for them. SP at 10 committee. SP at 10 committee, please, I want to appreciate you.
And then I check a star. I had to run like a fugitive to save the life I live. I'm gonna be iron like a lion. I'm gonna be iron like
Thank you so much. That is the SP at 10 committee. It's comprising of the staff and board members. Thank you so much for the tireless efforts and waking up very early to plan for this event. Thank you. We appreciate you. Please have your seats. I want to recognize and appreciate Zactic team for setting up the venue and having been part of the event success. The Zactic team, thank you so much for your support. Partners present. I want to recognize Ford Foundation. Ford Foundation, we appreciate you. A lot of applause for Ford Foundation. Forum Civ, a lot of applause. Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands, thank you. Luminet, Hewlett, APC, OSF, European Union, FNF, DW, KIOS, UNDP, Inform Action, DSU, French Embassy. Thank you so much for your partners. Like you've heard, we started off this journey, with nothing, with a very little savings. But really, the partners, you've made this organization for what it is today. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize the ambassadors that are there in the house. The ambassador from Finland Embassy,
Thank you so much for coming and also for gracing this event. We also have an ambassador from the German embassy. Thank you for showing up and supporting us. And also the ambassador from the embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands. Thank you so much. Moving on, I want to appreciate and thank you to all our speakers. And I'll start off with the government spokesman, Honorable Isaac Maora. Thank you for your wisdom and for your kind words and for your encouragement. We thank you. Honorable Jerry Maina and all the speakers that have spoken here today. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom and encouragement. Moving on, I also want to recognize and appreciate our very own MC. Wow! Our MC has been great. I want to appreciate you. And one thing that I always appreciate about MC is that the story of the rat, MC, Michael, the story of the rat and the cow and the chicken. We want to hear that story because that is a very good example of how our politics are. And we want to maybe really document some of that work that you've shared in a different platform. I want to recognize the CBOs in the house. CBOs! All the way across the counties from Kericho, Kakamega, or Busia, and all those counties. Thank you so much for making it. I also want to recognize and appreciate our former and current board members. Thank you for coming. Former and current staff as well. Thank you so much for the journey and for the support in today's event. The documentary team. The documentary was very powerful, and I want to really appreciate the documentary team, and especially the Mayhemic production for the support. And lastly, the Shamba Cafe for hosting us and for accommodating us today. And if I've not mentioned you, please, my apologies. And of course, everybody, family, friends, everybody, I really want to appreciate for all the support that you've given Siasa Place and every one of us. Thank you, and back to you, MC.
Asante sana, thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to be ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the performance of the night. Are you ready to dance tonight?
Mr. El Nino.
Do you have an idea? Ni nani ana come on stage maybe? Hello. Nice, nice. So, ati umesema ni nani? All right, Juliani is in the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, after hapa sitarudi hapa. Wapi makofi ya Juliani? Oya. Exactly. So, na tukitoka hapa kuna merchandise, kuna meza pale, unaweza shika kitu. Kuna Juliani merchandise pale. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Juliani? All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Asante sana. Siasa Place at 10. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big beats, big beats.
When you drop it down low on the floor, yeah, that's what you prefer. Put your money where your mouth on there, yeah, that's what me prefer. Set it, pick up. Set it, pick up. When me set it, pick up. So when me set it, you have it, pick up. Steamer, who got the keys to me?
Right away.
Atuko nawe, netuki awe, la 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 salama. Atuko nawe, netuki awe, tabatana, machozi. Atuko na, they took you away. La 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 salama. Atuko nawe, they took you away. Tapatana. Inauma hii side ya left ya chest. Naomba boxes zingine za handkerchief. Machozi ligeuza rest hisi WhatsApp group unaweza rudi ukileft waliwakata na mabawa usi fly again clouds ni grey huo ni black macho ni red colors are pain takes a long day kujua life ni short life haina remote unaweza fast forward ama rewind to a happier episode machozi ya jana haigandi tunapanguza na furaha ya just atuko nawe the took you away la 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 salam atuko nawe the took you away tapatana nilijaribu kujiconvince huko huku juu ya mapenzi ya Mungu ukweli ni roza statue ndani ya watu sababu seriousness ya poisonous snake tusipuuze ka cuteness ya pet kwa mkono mngekimbilia ndio muliangamia amkunuia mlo waliuandalia sauti ya glass ya champagne ikigonga cheers impunity ikicelebrate itatizo na sauti ya nyundo kwa court wakiface judgment iwe funzo kwa wenye tabia kama hiyo mwizi wa uhai sikio atuko nawe la la atuko nawe the took you out Sabatana Ewe Mungu wajua njia zangu yatengeze yale siwezi yasongeze wewe ndiye Mungu ya wanyonge Ewe Mungu wajua njia zangu yatengeze yale siwezi yasongeze atuko nawe the took you away atuko nawe the took you Sabatana for all the heroes to me lose all the 60 young people that died for us tangu ianze hii vita mpaka sasa nisaidia kuimba tuko nawe the took you away la 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 salama tuko nawe the took you away kutabadilishwa na nani ka kutabadilishwa na nani ka sitaendeshwa na nani ka kutabadilishwa na nani ka sitanunuliwa na nani ka wanapiga picha ya ID hawa smile ni kubaya ai wanacheza pano na makademia na salafu wanalia njaa ignorance walitucheka etinika tumechanganikiwa kabudi upuzi mazuri haitoki kwangu kando kia 3310 iwe na bluetooth darasa nilikuwa na kaa back Kenya imechange ni shofa bado na kaa back left ukweli ni boring boy mbona mpongi yangusha jiwe juu ya mkono tujue nani fast body tumechoose kupuuza opinion inatupunguza, kelele necessary ni ambulance, zingine hatusikini. Sitaenda shona nani ka, kutabadilishwa na nani ka, sitanunua kutabadilishwa na nani ka. Siachi mpaka inchi inipatie number plates za red. Siachi mpaka shengiwe international language. Nasema siachi mpaka hell iwe vacant, highway ya heaven kuwe na jam. Mugobo, mugobo. Nasema wewe na mi, wewe na mi, wewe na mi, kutabaishoni wewe na hey, hey. Kutabadilishwa na nani ka, zinanunuliwa na nani ka, kutabadilishwa na nani ka, zitanunuliwa na nani ka, kutabadilishwa na nani ka. Nasema wewe na mi, wewe na mimi. Nasema wewe na mi, wewe na mi. Nasema wewe na mimi. Nasema wewe na mimi. Wewe na mi. Naona mmeiva sasa, mko sawa? Sasa wacha niwapeleke sasa position, especially ukiwa ka goalkeeper wa Harambee Stars. Are you sure ulimtafuta mimi paka Christian ndio wasiduke ka hidden, usiwaige. Sio mimi peke yake nafanya, wewe sawa? Pia nyinyi sawa? Haya, let's go. Nani ako na flag sahi? Nataka kuona flag hivi imewekwa juu. Where's your flag, ladies and gentlemen?
hata siezika. Hey! Shagalama ikoti kulipa gharama.
Wadifa una deserve bila kasha makashfa. Hii society Kenya wanaeza share ni nyungu ya busa ama kiachole shisha. Mfuko unasikia eko, unajua thamani ya mali na size ya kivuli. Yo, ujaibiwa jua unakaa kitu wo. Risking jail, time, police, bullets for. Unaweza argue crime doesn't pay, lakini wezi dismiss justice in a bay. Mwizi ana 40 days, 365 days later, anaendelea kugrow. Do anything for power, ready to lose their head for presidency. Bora waione kwa currency. Sababu gani siko affected na turbulence? Zikiflyinga, nimezoea the same feeling. Matatu, zikipitia bottle mtaa. Yeah, yeah. Owe hae, niko tayari kulipaga. Sitasima ufisadi, ubinafsi, hey. Undugu ni kufana. Job raise funds, itabidi raise hands. Growing concern, breakfast and croissant. Takipunguze bei ya bidhaa. Tunataka opportunities ndio tu afford hizo bidhaa. Walisema kutembea kwingi ndio kuona mengi. Nimeshinda nikitembea maofisi na staiona. Chache cheza golf kwenye Tiger Woods. Mambo si barabara chingu. Naomba jani masses, chakula fike tumboni ikitoka kwa policeman anapiga rungu. Mwalimu daktari anamuishia tear gas. Na mtoto wake ananisha nyumbani ana school fees ana niko hatasi. Uwe hae, niko tayari kulipa gharama. Sitasima. Wapi kidero when you need to slap somebody? Complain ufisadi kwani ulidhani 50 bob less or t-shirt siku ya campaign ilikuwa free? Ni 5 year loan investment unalipa king ya parliament. We are one, amani we are one. Utumishi kwa wote, utu missing CCTV we were watching. Racial insecurity na job opportunity nika mti ya kibiriti. Side moja heavy, usiniambie Kenya kuna umaskini. Kwani hizi fat fingers zinaibia nane? Maskando zina threaten our survival. Media define leadership. Na sura ukiaka front page na improve leadership. Ambia so wa Twitter wa hashtag hii ama hash partiality doesn't make a good TT. Commission of inquiry wanakula commission bila kutupa ukweli. Ni kubaya mpaka kukiwa kuzuri unashindwa nini mba. Machozi ya perpetrator inaweza dilute damu ya victim ilimwagika. After all is said and done, all will be said and nothing will be done. Nikonja hata siezi karanga. Uwe hae shagala bagala. Niko tayari kulipa gharama. Sitasimi hizi zingine said yange saa zingine Kra River patient pleasure wandoba wazazi walitaka niwe daktari totovu mile ugali hii salary ingenunua nyama badalipa taxi zopata entertainment allowances kuku imefungwa kamba refu kitanda yangu bado fofo Barbecue talipa KPSC kwa kila good idea. Nothing for free. Una complain uvundo la train. How expect nukia vizuri. Una randarana masha puta sanda what go put together. Pedicure anavaa sanda hata kula nyama kila siku. But na promise tumbo yake haitalala bila kitu. Atazona tu kwa recipe books. That's why inaitwa seafood. Waone tao wana run ka flu kusatu. Wajibu swali ka what have you. Kitanda yangu bado fofo. Kitanda yangu bado fofo. Shukuru Mungu saa tunatoa nyoka pangoni. Otherwise utasikia nduru saa tunatoa CID pangani. Chicken ama beef, bora kushiba suti ya majinsi. Bora nifika uchi, bora bibi, bora si hivi. Wengine wanavaa tight, wanavaa less cool, but guys, good squad dudes. Kenya na vibe, sikutosha nguo za fat jo. Chapo dondo nifunike njaa fast. Then fonjara na odamoka jaa fast. Fo. walitudhara. Wanadrown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Milioni from 10 bob, nilitoa wapi extra zero? Jiulize mbona donati na shimo, shingo shot kati ya mfuko, doni ligo, dish kwa rooftop, CMSTV ya kuomba dish, vampire vegetarian, whiteheads, non-believers, wanatuita kole juu ya nightclub, precisely, aditamani paisley, toka niwe fit, waka pale walitudhara. Who's left? Wanadrown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's left now? Toka kitambo nimekuwa photogenic, wazazi waliinsist na story ya photosynthesis. Nani ajui udaktari si lazima mrefu, kwa karatasi ya damu malizaje sabu. Wakampo wana need more ink, more pages, jina zifit. Sajadeka kufunika panta na bandage, ndoba yezi hata nguvu ya mosquito. This is important, bila mimi mama mboga, hata hana customer. Gumu kwangu, kizungu fluent, but uwezi walitudhara. Wanadrown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? Aha, aha, aha. Toka kitambo nimekuwa photogenic. Naona aha, aha, aha. Drown kwa machozi zao, tunaogelea kwa jasho zetu. Who's laughing now? I'd like to do something, just something small. Is that okay? Nataka msako na picha kama msako na kama, okay. Or like photo. Photo, nani wa photo? So, the brief ni easy, sawa? Feel the music. I want to show you something. Come. Nifuate tu. A 1, a 2, a 3, let's go. Pose, okay? Nikisema pose, msana pose, sawa? Nice, you get the grip? Pose. Amtaki pause nini? Amko poa, come, nifanya nini yangu iko mbali, come. Are you ready? Are you ready? Pause. Asanteni, asanteni. Dakika nzalala salama.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela, chumvi kwa chai, sukari kwa chakula. Wanaweka trust kwa hela.
Before purchase, ikieka uzito kwa budget, but then wanapika gideri na siniki. Wako chaji uwezi afford club, tuko right to you left, and yakwa sex, iwa nigo when. Wana kutu kanya si udu kila siku sabi, etu mibi gati tu, msem soto. Okay, uko sensitive, kila picha ina negative. Shida wezi hata uwe hata. Leave them go. Circumference ya God sambamba na kuvapes kwa maeskimo ni kuvacho umbwa kali electric fan uprotect light lakini hauko kila siku natakipe ama ni recipe ya mtoto when faithful au mangi mangi sote bume kakshut mbuna ui ane nataka side daddy ziko wapi? Come. Nipe. Tole. Wewe vipara endeni uko vipara, mimi sitaki kipara hapa. Nataka dread nana dread hapa. Generali hebu come kabla. Huyu ni kiwete bana, hawezi come tu bado. Insurance itatu nini? Generali come pia. Generali come.
Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Amerika isikie na Europa isikie, Afrika tunaungana, na Zakayo asikie, mapinduzi yaja Kenya, na Kindiki asikie, mapinduzi yaja Kenya. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Mabepari wasikie. Mabepari wasikie. Afrika tunaungana, na Yeruto asikie, Nairobi tutakomboa, Sugoi tutakomboa, Nairobi tushachukua. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama. Ayo mama.
Endeni sasa wewe, acheni, kwani mnadhani hapa? Endeni. Ya mwisho. No, lazima ni wachana wapatie hii. Anapatia hii mse mmoja. Tumalize.
Aya. Na cheki Christ and God. Twende juu wewe. Sema hela. Aya. Na cheki Christ like before purchase. Nikikazito kwa budget. Wanapika kideri na sini kibogoyo. Tactics za utoyo. Wako chatu weze for club. Uko right to you left. Wanaingia kwa marriage sex. Iwe legal. We hisika longo. Bona kudu chenye si udu. Kila siku safet aitumii wika tissue. Sensoto analia njaa. Soko ana complain obesi. Okay, uko sensitive. Kila picha ina negative. Shida wezi hata ama uwe aktawa. Julia ni wewe.
Asante bro. We by day, tuko na macha na pale nje kwa. Makofi kwa bandi ya Power. Niko na merchandise pale nje, if you want get some. Nashukuru, kuna t-shirt na kuna album. Mungu awabariki. Asante Siasa Place.
Careless people, men are